Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Rosalind Layton, who is a senior contributor at Forbes, has stated that the judge in the SEC versus Ripple case is potentially, anyway, about to, quote, smack down, end quote, the SEC for overstepping authority. And so here's the headline from her latest article, which I'm going to run through. It's titled, "The Year in Review. Crypto is here. Get used to it, Washington." And there's plenty in here about XRP. Now, since I knew I was going to cover this and I have limited time, and I honestly, I am still sick, even though I'm feeling like way better. I've been sick for this is my 6th day of being sick. Just for the sake of time and my energy, I only skimmed the article since I knew I was going to cover this no matter. I cover all of her articles. She has been an incredible voice for the XRP community and just truth of showing what's going on with the SEC versus Ripple case for a year now. She's been absolutely fantastic. I don't second guess her work. Let's just say that here. So I know we're going to enjoy this here. But, and I don't know if anybody cares. I just say that in the interest of transparency. I don't know if anybody really gives a damn, but I've only skimmed the article. But there are a few lines in particular that caught my attention. I was like, ooh, yeah, bringing the fire again as usual. That's for damn sure. Now, this also is the very last Moon Lambeau video for the year, for all of 2021. This is it. What a dumpster fire of a year. But still, you know what? Even so, it's kind of sad to say goodbye. There's all sorts of good stuff too. And I want to mention this too, because maybe I don't say this stuff enough, but I want you to know how much I really appreciate all of you, all of the support. My channel has grown insanely this year, way bigger than I ever could have fathomed it would. When I started the year, I think my channel had somewhere in the neighborhood of 59,000 subscribers, and already that blew my mind. And now as I'm ending the year, just a little over 140,000 subscribers, like, what? So I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I could not be more thankful and appreciative, and I will never take this position for granted. I really genuinely do appreciate this. And I look forward every day to running this Moon Lambeau channel. Crypto is my favorite hobby, and running this channel, it just goes hand in hand. So it's just, I just have a blasty blast doing this. And so just seeing that aspect of the year being so fantastic, that part, I do look back on that part certainly with fondness. But it's coming to a close here, so I'll be seeing all of you next year, but not before going through this article. So let's go ahead and see what Rosalind has to say. Oh, also, how can I forget this? I want to be clear, I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. In we go. After more than a decade of dismissing the revolutionary potential of blockchain technology, Washington finally woke up in 2021. As the total market cap of all blockchain-enabled cryptocurrencies surpassed $3 trillion, the Beltway bandits realized the bigness of the crypto market. Big taxation, big regulation, and big campaign donations. A small but growing bipartisan cadre in Congress is starting to work with the United States crypto industry on a regulatory framework to thread the needle between innovation in the American economy while guarding against fraud and crime. This effort took a step forward in a marathon hearing of the House Banking Committee this month, managed with bipartisan aplomb by Committee Chair Maxine Waters and Ranking Member Patrick McHenry. The quality of the dialogue between the committee and a panel of distinguished crypto leaders showed that members are doing their homework, and the industry is cooperative to develop a regulatory framework. Risks and rewards were discussed candidly with a minimum of grandstanding. In the parallel universe of the Senate, many of its cranky leaders see cryptocurrency as witchcraft. Oh my god, that is a fantastic line. Oh, that is the best freaking line. Oh my god. I'm going to read that again. In the parallel universe of the Senate, many of its cranky leaders see cryptocurrency as witchcraft. Well, I'll tell you what, if you saw my last video, I had something to say about United States Senator Bob Menendez of New Jersey. You should check out the video right before this one if you hadn't. Attorney John Deaton had some stuff to say too. Freaking witchcraft. And what sorcery is this? Magic internet money? Of course. Oh my god. All right. The piece continues. This jarring disconnect was on display in the Senate Banking Committee's counterpoint hearing, with talking points seemingly cribbed from the ill-fated 1984 Mondale Ferraro presidential campaign. The witnesses, or witch hunters, witch hunters as it were, included patently anti-crypto law professor Hillary Allen and Alexis Goldstein from the Pseudo-Pro-Consumer Open Markets Institute. That's a mouthful. The goal of the hearing seemed to be pumping fear, uncertainty, and doubt into the record. Most questions were directed to Allen and Goldstein, with an outsized presence from Comrade Elizabeth Warren. Comrade, I love this. Oh my god, I love this. This is like my new favorite piece from her. Unfortunately, the other two witnesses who could have provided facts and technical expertise, circles Dante Disparte, is it Disparte? And Jay Massari of Davis Polk, were largely ignored. Womp womp. And look, I'm glad these idiots are on record, though, because I'm telling you, history's going to look back and be like, people actually believe this. Like, just as bad as the small number of people who thought that the internet should be shut down. And by the way, they existed. Go back to the mid-90s. There were people that thought the internet should be shut down. There were people that thought if you're going to wield the power of the internet, that if it was going to exist, that you should have to get a government-approved license to operate on the Webernets. That was a proposal. Freaking insane. Right? Well, thankfully I didn't. So like, history can unfold the right way, and I think justice, what's right, and even from a regulatory perspective, I think it will be done more likely than not. But it's a dangerous time, which is why I'm glad there's a lot of people in this. But everybody's going to have their hands in crypto, and it'll look obvious in hindsight. We're just not there yet. Piece continues. The parallel universe extends from the Senate side of Capitol Hill down the street to the Securities and Exchange Commission. In every public appearance, SEC Chairman Gary Gensler has emphasized his modus operandi for crypto: regulation by enforcement. There seems to be no desire to write clear rules, offer unambiguous guidance, or employ a limiting principle against any player in the space. As noted previously, Gensler, like a good party operative, is using the SEC as a stepping stone to a cabinet-level appointment of Treasury Secretary. But like Warren and others, it seems that Gensler has miscalculated that crypto would be an easy target, and that the 1930s era securities laws would be effective weapons. Yeah, isn't that the truth? Like, I'm telling you, the SEC bit off more than they could chew with this SEC versus, like, I know, like, they have to have been completely blown away when they found the degree to which XRP holders are rallying against them, because we're the investors and they're the ones that are supposed to protect us, and they're harming us. Like, I think they were blindsided by this. Complete ignoramuses, ass-hattery, just on display. Then there's a subheading, Rips and the SEC strategy. The SEC case against Ripple just marked its 1-year anniversary. It continues to evolve like the cryptocurrency trial of the century, likely becoming the defining case since the 1946 Supreme Court decision on Howey, the ruling upon which Gensler and Warren hang their ambition. Howey defined what constituted a security in the 20th century, decades before the internet, blockchains, and decentralized ledgers were conceived, giving Congress's leg to update the Securities Exchange Act for the digital age. Parties will seek it in court. Now, let me take a sip of water. There we go. All right. Thanks for waiting. I'm back. All right, we good. We good, son. Just gotta trying to hold back the Rona. The SEC's blundering lawsuit against Ripple essentially argues that the agency is unbound by due process or fair notice and can provide a blizzard of arbitrary and capricious guidance to crypto companies and still sue them, not understanding what was illegal. Further, it argues that the Howey decision gives the agency the power to declare the crypto token itself to be a security, not simply the way in which it was packaged and sold to others. Indeed, many holders of the XRP digital asset knew nothing of the company Ripple, yet the SEC alleges they were in common enterprise. The heart of the defense is that the SEC caused $15 billion in harm to bewildered holders of the XRP digital asset with its capricious behavior. Gensler inherited the Ripple case from a Republican administration, but his policies demonstrate even more zeal for an SEC drunk on power, I love that line, SEC drunk on power, and fervent belief that Ripple and its top executives should have known to register XRP as a security 8 years ago, when though the SEC hardly knew what blockchain was. Judge Annalisa Torres of the Southern District of New York is likely to issue decisive rulings in the case early next year. This will either embolden Gensler to prepare attacks on other platforms or smack down the SEC for overstepping its authority. The anti-crypto faction of the Democratic Party, with its razor-thin margin, is unwisely demonizing the multi-trillion-dollar crypto space. The ever-cautious industry associations won't own up to it, but millions of retail crypto holders are not hiding their increasing angst as Gensler and Democrat allies. Excuse me. And by the way, you're welcome for me as I just coughed there for facing away from the mic. And as I mentioned, anytime this happens, they usually lean into the mic like this and it gets loud, but with a cough. I am so good to you people. I am so good to you. And you are welcome for that. All right, let me proceed now. The ever-cautious industry associations won't own up to it, but millions of retail crypto holders are not hiding their increasing angst at Gensler and Democrat allies. Pew Research Center reports that 27 million Americans are either current or past retail holders of digital assets, and the numbers skew young and disproportionately Black, Hispanic, and Asian. Disruptive innovation frequently opens markets for people at the bottom of the pyramid, threatening institutionalized finance at the top. The anti-crypto stance of many Democrats hurts the very people the party claims to represent. And then they have this subheading: Rise of the XRP Army. Oh, indeed. Retail holders are mobilizing across multiple social media platforms, unearthing embarrassing information on the SEC's top brass, past and present, and flooding congressional offices with thousands of messages demanding that Gensler be reined in. Their efforts led a government watchdog to sue the SEC and investigate possible conflicts of interest by SEC officials in the Ripple case. Over 60,000 retail holders of XRP have been admitted as friends of the court against the SEC, the agency that is supposed to protect them. Dozens of crypto influencers with their own media platforms have a collective audience that rivals cable news networks, and they are starting to talk about the midterm elections. The Republicans need not exert themselves much to get the crypto vote, so long as Gensler and the Democrats continue to self-destruct. And I'll pause just to note, I have a feeling that in 2022, a reasonable chunk of what we'll be talking about, I just have a feeling, is which people in Congress are counterproductive to crypto. And I believe that the entire, not just in the XRP community, that certainly the XRP community will take place and take part in this. That seems pretty clear. A big community, XRP community is gigantic. But I think the broader world of crypto is going to be focusing on this. And I think that these politicians, they're going to come under attack effectively, right, for their viewpoints. It's not going to be sustainable long term. I just wonder when they're finally going to get it, that this is not going to be a sustainable position that these people are holding. So we'll see. I just think there's going to be a lot more of that. And I think there's going to be a lot of people in Congress getting called out. That's my expectation. We'll see, though. Then this piece wraps up by stating the following. Excuse me. Sorry, folks. Like I said, a little sick. I apologize. If 2021 was the year that crypto showed its economic promise, 2022 will be the year when crypto holders show their legal and political might. Just like those who said a decade ago that Bitcoin would never be worth anything, many will be eating their words in regret that the war on crypto would be a cakewalk. Whew! Golf clap for Rosalind Layton, everybody. That is fantastic. Wow, she really had some zingers in there. Like, I tell you, I've never laughed so hard at some of the lines. That was Witchcraft, that one's my favorite. I don't know about you guys, but that one definitely got me. That's good. So, wrapping up here, but I want to say, too, I hope that all of you out there listening have a good night tonight. Be safe and all that jazz. That's what Uncle Moon Lambo requests of you. And I hope that you all have a fantastic 2022, because just like everybody said a year ago, next year can't be worse, right? Famous last words. So anyway, you all are fantastic. You know I freaking love you. So we're gonna have a fun 2022. I'm really looking forward to seeing what it brings, and I'm anticipating it's going to be some good stuff for the XRP community. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.